Today on Vox, we'll commemorate 9/11 and more. Ben Dudash will have your local weather, and Jay Standridge will have your sports.
It's Friday, September 11th, 2020, and you're watching Vox News Today.
Good afternoon and welcome back. I'm Kendra Taylor.
And I'm Gunnar Taylor.
Today marks the 19th anniversary of the horrific events that took place on September 11th, 2001. On this day, 19 years ago, 2 planes were hijacked and flown into the World Trade Center in New York. Ceremonies take place all over the country on this day of remembrance to ensure that the lives lost are never forgotten.
Mayor Ted Wheeler of Portland, Oregon, is telling the city's police to end the use of CS gas to control the crowd. Wheeler said that this would be effective immediately. The chlorine-containing compound is one of the most common forms of tear gas. During the last 100 days, Portland, Multnomah County, and the state police have all relied on CS gas where there's a threat to life society. Wheeler said we need to get something different and we need it now.
On Thursday, federal authorities arrested Armando Perez, police chief and the personal director of Bridgeport Con. He was charged with fraud for allegedly rigging the chief's hiring in 2018. The FBI and Department of Justice said in a statement that the police chief Armando Perez and acting personnel director David Dunn are accused of manipulating the police chief examination to ensure Perez would be a finalist for the position and making false statements to federal agents in the course of their investigation.
Kicking off Monday, the people of New York who refuse to wear a face mask on public transportation could be facing a $50 fine. The Metropolitan Transport Authority announced on Thursday, September 10th, that this will oversee all forms of public transportation, such as subways and buses. This also includes the Long Island Railroad and the Metro North Railroad. No rider has the right to endanger fellow riders by putting themselves above the law and refusing to wear a mask. New York Governor Andrew Cuomo tweeted.
A plane lands on the interstate in Knoxville after running out of gas. Police say there are no injuries or damage reported when it ran out of gas and had to make an emergency landing. The plane then refueled and took off from the interstate.
19 years after the 9/11 terror attacks, some veterans run 22 hours straight to honor the victims. On Thursday, September 10th, multiple veterans and others ran through the night in Chattanooga. They're also honoring the victims in the 1-year anniversary of the attack in Chattanooga.
Here's Ben Dudash with your weather.
I'll have your weather and more right after this break.
One thing to love about the Tennessee Valley is Bradley Central Show Choir, Vocal Motion. The other thing to love is the local Geico office on Lee Highway.
You could save a lot. Oh, you could save a lot. Oh, you could save a lot. But how do you know? Unless you call 894-2600.
Got a car? Got a boat? Got a home?
Get a quote.
CRCC to me is a calling that God placed on my life to really step out in faith on something that I didn't think I could do, and it's been amazing to see how God's worked through it.
CRCC stands for Crossroads Community Church, but we're a church that our vision is to be a life-giving church in our community. We do that through helping people know God, find freedom, discover their purpose, and then go make a difference. And so that's what we're doing every week, is helping people discover their jam and go make a difference.
welcome back. Now let's take a look at your weather at glance. Today's high is going to be 90 degrees Fahrenheit, and it's going to be partly cloudy with a low of 70. Gusts of wind reaching 4 miles per hour going northeast. Saturday with a high of 87 and a low of 69 and scattered thunderstorms. Sunday, mostly cloudy with a high of 87 and a low of 70. And today, the humidity point will be 70%. And now let's take a look at your 7-day weather forecast. Monday, some more scattered thunderstorms reaching a high of 85 and a low of 66. Tuesday, scattered thunderstorms again with a high of 83 and a low of 65. Wednesday, mostly cloudy with a high of 80 and a low of 64. Thursday, mostly cloudy again with a high of 83 and a low of 65. Now let's take a look at our local radar. Nothing as you can see so far. We are all in the clear for today. So maybe go around doing some trips, go somewhere else, maybe do some running, play football, maybe baseball, maybe just get some exercise, lose some weight. But other than that, everything looks fine. Now let's take a look at our national radar. There's like scattered rain and showers throughout the whole national area. There's also some near New York, Texas, Oklahoma, and all through there as well. But nothing's coming over here as today, so we're all in the clear. That's all for weather. Now let's send it over to Jace with your sports.
The NFL kicked off last night as the Kansas City Chiefs hosted the Houston Texans. Find out who won after this break.
Denso has been around for a really, really long time, locally in our area, over 30 years, and it's a very stable company to work for.
Before I started working here, I didn't know what Denso was, but since I've been working here, knowing how much Denso sort of has its footprint all over the world, it's actually a global company that a lot of people in America haven't heard of, but it interacts with everything you do. If you drive a car, you probably have a Denso part in it.
So some of my daily tasks consist of fixing the machines, communicating with my other associates, and making sure all these production lines are working properly.
We do logistics. We repack finished good products.
My day-to-day here is basically working on the machines and producing product for Denso.
Alexa, ask Whirlpool. Hey Google, ask Whirlpool. Ask Whirlpool. Ask Whirlpool.
Care can be a handful. That's why our Whirlpool Smart Range helps you care smarter with voice control.
Hey Google, ask Whirlpool to turn off the oven.
Set oven timer for 5 hours. Keep warm. Alexa, ask Whirlpool to preheat the oven to 350.
So life doesn't revolve around your range. Everyday care. Whirlpool.
Welcome back. Let's take a look at the single NBA game yesterday. The Lakers beat the Rockets 110-100, and the Lakers out-rebounded the Rockets 52-26, doubling their total. The Lakers take the 3-1 series lead and will play Game 5 on Saturday. The MLB only has 17 days left in the regular season. The Braves came back from a 5-0 deficit to beat the Nats 7-6. The Cardinals beat the Tigers 12-2. The Royals beat the Indians after their rookie pitcher threw no-hitter through 8 innings. The Royals take the win 11-1. The Diamondbacks beat the Dodgers 5-2. The NFL kicked off as the Chiefs beat the Texans 34-20 last night. Patrick Mahomes and Deshaun Watson are the two highest paid players in history as they battled it out. Mahomes threw for 3 touchdowns and 211 yards, and the rookie Clyde Edwards-Helaire scored a touchdown and rushed for 138 yards in his debut. Also, tonight is the Bradley football game as we play Bearden. Come out tonight at 7:30 wearing your Hawaiian gear. That's all from Sports Today. We'll have more news after this break.
In 1933, Ray Jackson founded Jackson Furniture in the midst of the Great Depression. We opened our doors the day the banks closed theirs. Since then, we have continued to create furniture right here in the USA. We have seen decades of American prosperity, challenge, war, and mind-blowing advancements in science and technology. We have never forgotten the way our company and country began, with perseverance, hope, and hard work. Throughout all of those decades of change, one thing remains consistent. Families love to relax together in a room filled with comfortable furniture. That is where we have been and will always be. From being huddled around a radio to being kicked back in front of a giant flat screen.
Do you need credit up to $4,000? With a check and the cash flex loan secured by your car title, that's exactly what you could get. Apply for the cash you need today and keep your car. At Check and the Cash, a flex loan offers you the funds you need to handle some of life's bigger emergencies. Get started on your flex loan by visiting checkandthecash.com/TN. Apply in-store with your car title, receive quick approval, and borrow the funds you need.
Your one-stop money shop. Check into cash.
Welcome back, Bradley Central. A rare mystery illness found within kids that have been affected by COVID-19 is called multi-inflammatory syndrome, or MIS-C. The Vanderbilt Hospital started to see cases of this mysterious disease. It is believed to be connected with the virus.
Wednesday night, an apparent suicide has been reported by one of the inmates at the Bradley County Jail. When the officers found him in his cell, he was suffering from attempt injuries and was provided medical treatment at the hospital. He later died that day. The inmate was arrested that Tuesday on meth charges and had a hearing on Friday.
42-year-old Adam Jones was reported missing early this week when he didn't return home after a fishing trip, but his body was found in the Tennessee River last night. Jones had dropped off a friend to look along the bank, but when he didn't return to pick him back up, he called for help. His body is currently being examined and the investigation is still underway.
4 people stole a car Wednesday night and caused a multi-car crash on the 20th and Market Street downtown. No one in the other cars reported to have any injuries, but 3 of the 4 in the stolen car are getting a checkout at the hospital. As of now, only one of them has been taken to Hamilton County Jail.
Chattanooga man Nakai Lamont McMillan is being charged with rape and aggravated battery charges after he attacked a woman passenger in Walker County. It's believed he has victimized other women as well and is still being investigated. The woman made her call within her home after returning, and police found her unclothed, wrapped in a blanket, and claiming to have been sexually assaulted. McMillan was charged with rape back in 2017 as well, but it has been removed from court records. We are online on YouTube at BCHS VOX News.
You can check us out on Facebook and, of course, at voxnews.net.
Remind your friends and family to tune in.
You just can't get enough of Vox.
That's all we have for you today, Bradley Central.
And as always,
God bless and go Bears!